finally finishing this dumbass series.
Hey, look at my wrists on aqua. Got it singing like the opera. Got it calling out the Allah. I might go fuck some comments. 18 now, I might fucking your mama. Keep talking shit, tell you pussies to put some very guapo. Might fuck on no model. Just hit the lotto.
What is going on, my friends? Pros and Cons here to finish up, hopefully, this guide series on Kustom Kahn. Now, obviously, if they do a complete overhaul within the next year, I'll probably have to redo these things, but it's cool. I like making these for you guys. You guys seem to like these and really appreciate them, and that's what matters to me, so boom, boom. Okay, we'll start off with the probably most popular button that I always see people trying to tell me to talk about, which is stand 1. So, here's the thing with stand 1. Okay, plus frames in mind. Okay, yeah. So the biggest thing with stand 1, obviously, let's have Kodal here block. Plus 4. And you cannot, it recovers very quickly. By itself, recovers in 11 frames. It's probably the best frame button, if not, like, it's one of the best frame buttons in the game, I'd say. Just with, like, the pure frame data. The only thing about this button is that I believe it whiffs on ducking characters. Yeah, let me have him. Yeah, crouch blocking opponents will not even deal with this move. That's the one downside of this move, is the hitbox. In terms of just hitting standing opponents. So the thing is, you have to jail this move. Crouch blocking opponents don't deal with it at all, so I'm gonna set him to duck here. This is something most of you should know by now. But so auto. This move jails now, meaning your opponent they can't crouch block. They're still in hit advantage, meaning they have to deal with this. And that's great for us, because what that means is after landing a down 4 poke, you can dash up into plus 4. It's great, because then that leaves mind games. So if you see me in more recent times, I've been kind of just going with this into this, this, stand 1, dash up, throw, which, as you see in Kodal duck, if you duck perfectly, you'll get it. But most people, you know, because what I mean with the risk that runs with micro ducking that thing is this, you know, there's just so many, there's a lot of options you can get off of plus 4. So in recent days, I'll either go for the throw or down 4 just to keep them in check if they're neutral ducking, because then if they get hit again, obviously, then the cycle continues. I can now dash up, get another stand 1, or if I wanted to, you know, there's a lot of mind games off this shit. At max range, it's pretty hard to get the jail out. Yeah, at the absolute max range of stand 1, you can't jail it. You can get something like this, a sweep. The sweep is guaranteed though. So because this is plus 20, what that means is the sweep comes out in 7 if you do it right away. But obviously, you have to do a little bit of a dash up at max range. You can't just, because this actually puts them pretty freaking far. But at this point, honestly, you might as well just wave dash up, and you know, go into some throws or whatever. You know, you wave dash up. Sorry. You can set up some mind games, you know what I mean? Stagger that, dash up, throw. There's a lot of mind games. He's neutral ducking, so it might look bad, but there's a lot of mind games that come off of this stand 1. And it's hard to micro duck as well. So I'm gonna have Kodal here. I'm gonna show you that's why what a like how a micro duck looks. Let me see, how would I do that? Okay, player 2. We'll have him custom reversal. Wait, okay, no, sorry. Wait, we'll have him. Okay, no, now we need to have him. So if you notice, that's what a micro duck looks like. You get something like that. You micro duck the high. Stand 2 by itself as a check. Oh shoot, sorry. Stand 2, I mean, sorry. There we go. It has a lot more recovery. 28 frames of recovery versus the 11 that I talked about. So now if I have Shao Kahn do stand 1. Oh, sorry. Oops, sorry. So you see how it's not a punish, right? Let's wonder if I can have him block immediately after. See, he has time to, because of that, he has time to block. And it's actually really great because at the higher level, this actually happens a lot. A lot of people start to micro duck. And the Shao Kahn, the reason this is great is because as an OS, it's very hard to micro duck. Yeah, see that? Sorry, I'm trying to micro duck. I'm trying to like do the shortest, like try to do like the shortest duck I can. Okay, so you can punish it, but you gotta. It's a lot harder to micro duck versus a lot of other jabs. And I believe, yeah. So you can micro duck. Obviously, if you go for 1-2-2, it's a little easier to micro duck because the startup frames of the 2 in standing 1-2 are there's a bigger gap in there than there is in the recovery of stand 1 on its own. Meaning, you're better off just throwing out a stand 1 if you're worried about getting micro duck. Just throw it out there and get ready to block. They have 11 frames to micro duck. You know what I mean? Versus, I'm trying to see if I can showcase a punish. Yeah, you can actually. It's not impossible to micro duck, but obviously you can mix that in with, you know what I mean? You could. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can do something like that. Yeah, you get something like that going. There's options here, and it's great. That's just something small. It's not a huge thing. Obviously, like I showcased, you can still get micro ducks, but it's a lot harder to get it if you don't commit to the full string. You're a little safer, is what I'm trying to say. If you're finding yourself getting micro ducked and constantly flawless blocking, you try to check with 4-3. Just throw out the stand 1 by itself. Don't be afraid. And that's also because if you're getting flawless blocked, in my next point, flawless block baits, which are amazing, because what this means, I need him to like not do that. Okay, block attack. So first we'll start with the easy stuff. This one you don't need to have your timing and stuff down. You just need to throw the stand 1 and block, and then you can get your punish. Ooh. See that? Isn't it wonderful? Ooh. And if you notice, oops, sorry. Come on now. Sorry, I'm messing up the timing of the throw, but there we go. If you're up close, you can get a reversal throw, meaning it's a punish as well. This goes for most of the casts, not all of them. There are a few up 2s in the game that are safe on block. Now, if you get a flawless block, this includes the up 3s as well. Most of the time you can punish it, unless it's, I think Scorpion is one character. A lot of, it has to be -10 to get the reversal throw KB. If it's anything lower than -10, you're probably just going to get a down 1 punish because it's 7 frames, but obviously your stand 1 is just, at the very least, you're getting them to come off their meter, so even if you don't get the flawless block. That'd be hilarious. But so, I probably should have showed that. So, sorry, wait, not that. So, like I said, you can flawless block the up 3. Sorry. It's a little easier to get the reversal throw punish. This goes for the up 2 as well, because the pushback is a lot less. And this leads to insane fucking damage, obviously. And if you notice, they couldn't break away. That's the awesome part about baiting a flawless block, is that in doing so, baiting out that flawless block and then getting the reversal throw KB, they now are 1 bar short of what's needed to break away. So now you're getting that guaranteed 50% that I talked about in the last video with the throws. You're getting so much more now, and it's guaranteed. And this is a really useful tactic, because even if you already used the KB and you do it again, you can just jab punch, and you know, as Shao Kahn, we're still getting insane damage. Like, look, this is like an easy 38. Yeah, awesome. That's good shit. And if we have, let me see. So if you have that, you know, if you have that 1, 2, 1 plus 3 shit loaded. Oh, shit. Oh, come on. Easy stuff. You know, you got this loaded. That's an easy 41. Yep, 41, and that's great. You know. And you know what, like I showed, even if you don't. So this isn't 38, that's 37. Oh, sorry. Ooh. You could use forward 3. I just don't recommend it just because of the range on it. Standing 1 obviously just has the better range, so like with slight pushback to fly. Yeah, see right there. Yeah, see that from some ranges. Yeah, see the 4-3 just whipped. But if you go a little further though, that stand 1 is still guaranteed, and that's really good. That's something you guys want. Alright, this is 38. 38, yeah. That's solid. That's more than a lot of characters get. Yes, I spent 2 bars, but they also came off a meter, allowing me to get a full combo, and they're not able to break away. Let me actually see. Yeah, see, he's not even close to breaking. In fact, my entire combo is finished by the time he's done. And you know that's really great. A lot of characters, in fact, I'm pretty sure the only character in the cast that can bait flawless blocks like this is Liu Kang. There may be other characters I haven't labbed that. I don't have that much fucking time on my hands. No disrespect to the labbers in the world, but that's a lot of fucking time they spend doing that shit. But I just know Liu Kang has the parry that he can cancel into to bait enough through up to giving him that KB as well. As Shao Kahn, though, we're a lot more blessed. We don't have to commit to something as unsafe as that parry. And yet we're still getting the same kind of damage output for the KB. So in that aspect, this move is actually very, very good. Okay, my notes. True high, yeah, so yeah, I guess low profile a lot. You have to jail it. That's really the only way. But honestly, the thing is too, once you start to jail people pretty well, like once you consistently start to jail them, and this includes up close as well. So, you know, fucking, I forgot to save that. Are you kidding me? Okay, auto, normal, duck, yeah. So like I said, you know, this is a true high. We can jail into it, and then that includes not just with down 4, but with down 1 as well. And this also goes for back 2. This actually goes for a lot of his normals. Does not go for 4-3. 4-3 is actually, well, I'll talk about it later, but back 2. Another thing, okay, it's gonna be kind of hard to show this, but essentially, okay, so I just want you guys to see the hit advantage so you guys get an idea. So, down 1 plus 14, down 4 plus 20, and you guys saw me jail this in the stand 1. Stand 1 on its own is actually plus 23 on hit, which is fucking insane. And because of this, actually though, and I think they did this on purpose, but this basically makes it so you can't do an OS, because if it wasn't that plus on hit, what you could essentially do is have an OS of stand 1 into throw. Because it's plus 4, a lot of people like to throw afterwards, as I said in the beginning. But what this means though is that if it was less advantageous on hit, you'd be able to do the throw assuming they blocked it, and they would get hit by it in this scenario. And if it's not that plus on hit, the throw will actually land. But because it doesn't, let me have him stand block. Yeah, auto. So like right now he blocked it, right? And he's stand blocking, so sorry, right now, see it jails, stand 1 jails in the stand 1, but you see how the throw was there. It's because it's way too advantageous on hit, and this also goes for back 2. if you do it right away. With back two, you're most likely not gonna. Back two is not something you're really gonna hit confirm too often into a throw. You're usually gonna jail. You're gonna want to go into your plus range usually. Let me actually see if we can. Let me actually see if we can have him. I wonder if, how plus is this on hit? That's plus 17. That's actually amazing for a mid as well. Because if you look at that, that's plus 1. But this is plus 17. Meaning, for the most part, you can jail in the stand 4. You gotta be close though. But back 2 is insane range, but we'll get into back 2 later. So still stick in the stand 1. Like I said, so if they're, and this is, I'm just saying this because you guys gotta be careful with, stuff like that. You know, a lot of you like to do this, and as you can see, I'm even delaying it quite a bit. The throw animation is still whiffing. You have to really wait to get that throw. As you can see, it's still whiffing. Oh no, at that point they're ducking. Sorry, let me. That's why, idiot. There we go. So you see, still, yeah. See, this is still taking a while. Now he's blocking. You have to wait quite a bit. And at that point, your opponent might be making the read. So stand 1 into throw is just something I wanted to. I just wanted to get this out there because stand 1 into throw is a great tool. It's a great strategy, but it is very risky on hit, and that's something you're gonna find out as you play. And if you abuse it too much, this is just coming from somebody that's been playing the character for a long time, at the higher level. Please take my advice. Startup frames are rough. What I mean by this is that some moves, and I mean this with moves like Liu Kang's fly kick, Aaron Black's slide, Sub-Zero's slide, a lot of moves that kind of have a somewhat low hurt box on block. Stand 1 has an issue not reaching it necessarily, because horizontally, obviously, this goes further than forward 3. But in some situations, you're going to want to use forward 3 just because this low hitbox. It's a true mid, and there's nothing low profile to this. And for that aspect, you're gonna want to use it over this for some moves. Liu Kang's fly kick is one of them. I actually don't even use forward 3 for that. I punish with stand 4. I know that seems pretty risky, but it's because I've done it consistently. I've just tried it. I didn't really lab it. I just tried it out as I kept fighting Liu Kangs that were doing that, and after I blocked it, go for stand 4, and it was working out. And the good thing about stand 4, so this is 1-4, I know, but I'm trying to showcase the damage difference. So 32 versus already passing it 36. That's a pretty big chunk more. That's because this on its own is 4%. That's 7, and it's 7, but it's not a two. It's not a string. Obviously, it's just one bundle. But we'll talk about stand 4 again on its own. I know I keep saying that, but it's because I'm trying to stick to the layout I got. Decent range, yeah, I talked about that. Conversions. Okay, so here's the thing, and this anti-air potential, these two kind of go hand in hand. If you're kind of around this range, so like at the beginning of the match, right on this range, if you find your opponent, see that? Now this is obviously an anti-air. What I'm doing too is, see that though? What you can do is, and I know I wasn't speaking, but I was trying to just make sure I hit it, but showcasing that because the hitbox on this is so good horizontally, slash the range of it, and its actual vertical hitbox going up is actually amazing, as I'm showcasing right here. Because of that, this move is actually a great air control tool up close, and I'd say in the sweep range. You really keep your opponent from doing stupid shit at this range just using this. You can probably bait something out like that. I usually ooh, not that. A lot of people try to bait after that back two, and that's when they get blown up for it. There we go, that connects. 33. 33. 2 bars, anti-air, yeah. And so, again, this kind of goes with the whole anti-air situation. So if you're not making a read, but you're doing it like how I said, like you're kind of just doing it as a check, because obviously +4, it's hard to down 2 because, again, the recovery is insane. A lot of down 2s aren't even that much startup. meaning it has to be a hard read on the stand 1 for them to get that down to KB. What this gives to us is the ability to throw this out pretty annoyingly, and if you watch a lot of my shit, I do throw this out quite a bit. It's still a high, so again, you can be obviously poked out of it. You know what I mean? You'll be a victim to this kind of shit, and a lot of Shaos out there try to meaty with stand 1. I don't recommend it, because I get up every fucking time against that shit and just down 1, and now it's my turn. So again, it's a great check, but if you're making a read, or even a reaction, you can react to this, but if you react to your opponent jumping towards you, the damage potential is actually insane. Now, especially with customs, then we get skewers, back 3, you know, we've come a long way damage-wise. That's an easy 41. 40, sorry, but still, Jesus Christ, 40 for jumping at me. I think you can do it twice on the shoulder. Oh, probably a little rough to get. Ah, that didn't connect. And you know, but yeah, get used to going into this and then into that. If you're not sure about the range, go into back 2 before you hit shoulder after the. So after the back 3, I'm comfortable going into stand 4. As I drop it. Yeah, I'm comfortable doing it. But if you're not sure about the range of stuff, or if you feel like they're a little low to the ground, go into back 2 into the shoulder, you know what I mean? So like if you kind of remember a little late, like, oh yeah, back 3, like that. You know, you do it, so I'm trying to do it late. You gotta dash up back 2, and then obviously if they're still low to the ground, you can do back 2. Back 2 is a consistent route, is what I'm trying to say, but this is all off the anti-air. That doesn't connect, but that's not important. Okay, down 4. Now this is, yeah, I talked about jailing into your plus range. Mind games after conditioning. This is actually something someone else told me when I was mid-match, and they were like, try and mix it up a bit. You're going into stand 1 every time. Do something different. So I said, okay. In the corner, this is really easy. Obviously, because in the corner, we can dash up. You know, do a bunch of shit. The opponent's closer, so we don't have to do stuff like dash up, going to stand 1. In the corner, we can keep our opponent right the fuck here. But at mid-screen, there's still some mind games. Like I said, you got to condition your opponent to start assuming you're gonna jail in the stand 1. Like, okay, he's got that fucking jail down. Cool. So they get hit by the stand 4. Now they're just blocking because they know you're gonna go into stand 1. They might even try to flawless block. So what you can do now, you gotta get your movement down, but you know, you can dash the throw. Ooh. Jesus Christ, sorry, my wave dashing is pretty horrific. You know, there's mind games that come after it. You can do the old school down 4, forward 4. They can jump though, that's the only reason I don't like doing that, and this actually happens quite a bit. Sorry. Now, he got caught there, but if they jump right away, I'm actually going to see if I can showcase this real quick. Okay, looks like you actually can't jump out of that. Maybe just Kodal can't, big ass. But okay. What this does for you high level guys, what you want to not get used to is doing that constantly, because then you can fall victim to stuff like this. Hold on, I'm gonna showcase it right here. Shit, I've done this before. You can start getting flawless blocked. Now this is, even on flawless block, this is still +6 like I'm showing. One more time. Ooh, regular. +6, as you can see. But the recovery is too great. Block, attack, punish. Because it's a block, attack, punish, obviously what I'm trying to showcase here is that you can fall, if you get a little too comfortable doing that, you know, every single time, you will get flawless blocked. Even an opponent that just sees you doing it or just makes a read. So, you know, it's up to you guys. But okay, insane range. Oops, sorry. Back to Shao. Wrong con. Let's have him. Okay, I'm gonna see. Yeah, I'm gonna see. This is actually perfect. Reversal. Okay, now we're gonna have him See how that whiffs? A lot of characters don't have that option. And this gives us... You can actually just down 4 again, eh? There are some down 4s that can obviously go further than Shao Kahn's or go just as far. Examples would be Jade, Scarlet. You know, Scarlet's goes further, Frost goes further. Jade's is about the same. Johnny Cage's is about the same. I'm trying to think of who else. I don't think too many other characters actually have a down 4 that goes this far. So against the majority of the cast, you're pretty safe from anti-poking with down 4, as long as you're doing it from a sweep range. It also has slight pushback, as you can see. And you know, obviously I'm committing the back 2. Because what I used to do, I start to do get a little comfortable just doing shoulder charge every time, but you can kind of not hit confirm back 2 necessarily. What you can do is see your opponent. You're already going to do back 2. What you're confirming is your opponent going into their poke, because you're going to whiff punish it. And this goes in the insane range category because this is only possible because of the insane range this down 4 has. And again, like I showcased back 2 jails, there's a lot of options off of here off a hit. Corner games. Okay, here we go. Now corner is even more so because you don't even have to really walk back to whip punish a lot of stuff. You see where this leaves me? Just in general, this resets neutral practically. Like, I'm all the way out here. There's nothing he can really do. Even forward 1, I don't think he can do too much. Yeah, see, the forward 1 whiffs though. Something like that. You know, you can get something like that even. Okay, so that second hit's obviously going to catch me. But this is up to you guys to know the matchup. I'll talk about it in the next series, obviously. But like you're seeing here, there's just a lot of options with, and here you don't need the gel to stand 1, the opponent's right here. And off this, plus 20, you can go into stand 4 for free. Stand 4 is now 7 frames. Coming in at 7. So only a 6-frame poke will hit them out of that, but nobody's going to press in the corner on down 4 unless you're in Combat League, in which case I can't help you. Whiff punish setup. As I showcased actually for a quick second ago, let me just do it again. See that? Let's actually have him even break away fast too, and then you get something like this. Fuck that whiff. Shit. Yeah, you get something like that. Now they just say 40% for trying to take their turn back. It's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. Stand 1 down 4 combo. Yeah, I talked about that. Flawless block, bait potential. This move, so the Kodo's actually a good example for this. So some moves, that's why some up 2s can catch this move. However, a lot of up 2s whiff, and it's actually pretty hilarious. Yeah, it's right there. Mid screen though, I don't think it's the same story. Oh, it is. Yeah, and Kodo's up 2 is actually great. Kodo's up 2 is great. Not in terms of speed, but the range. So you can sometimes try to flawless block you. You can bait it out. Let's get to the center. Now, too close, obviously you can get clipped. And a lot of the time you're going to be about this range. So, obviously against Kodo, this is not as good as a block bait as this, obviously, because you can't block in time. But down 4, like I showcased, at max range makes a lot of up 2s whiff. This is great because like on hit or something, let's actually have him, you know, on hit or something. With some shot flawless block on hit, you do that. Same story. Free punish. Jesus Christ. Okay, bad whiff. No, off. Okay, that's gonna do it for down 4. Okay, now back to the block stun is funky. What this means is, let's have him. Okay, we're gonna have to record this. So what I'm gonna have him do is down 1 as soon as he can, and his reversal attack will be the down 1. No, check this out. Ooh, what? No, it's not supposed to happen. Fucking. I'm trying to have him do it as soon as possible. Let me actually, you know what, I might switch characters for this. Let me actually check out the... See, because this has happened to me before against other characters. Maybe it's a 6-frame jab that's needed. This is... Okay, cool. This is good too. 7 frames. Okay, yeah, so... Okay, sorry. Let me come back to Shao. Special moves. So let's look at back to's actual frame data a little more. Tenderizer. 13 frame startup, active for 3. Recovery 20, so it's bad, pretty bad on whiff. It's whatever on whiff. Cancel 16, so that means, yeah, essentially, right? 16 frames for shoulder. Sorry, let me see if there's a different move maybe we can do. I might have to switch variations. 1 second. Okay, so I brought out All Reliable Risen Emperor. So for this, fucking up Wrath Hammer. So startup 26. So that's actually not that bad. But what I'm trying to get at is that it's completely. Let me see if I can record it. So like, you know, remember this is not interruptible. Oh, block pitch. So you said I can't down one hit, right? No matter how fast I try it. Oops, sorry. Can't do it. But what this also means is that, so because the cancel advantage is 16 on back 2 and not 26, or not, yeah, let me actually go into his moves real quick. So 1-4, cancel advantage is 21 versus 16. What this means is that, do it! Okay, wait. What this means is that right there. That right there. Let me actually get a different character. Maybe I can showcase it. Okay, so I need a character with a 6-frame down 1, and when I think 6-frame down 1, I think bald black man. Nope. I'm trying to do it like, it has to be frame perfect, obviously. No, that's the reversal. God damn it. Alright. Okay, hopefully that was fast enough. Okay, reversal attack. Yeah, see, so like, you can't go into a lot of mind games with this move. With back 2. That's what I mean by the block stun is funky. The only really true check is that. But it looks like shoulder's completely uninterruptible. I swear you couldn't. Okay, let's be absolutely sure. Nope, sorry. Yeah, it looks like you can't interrupt it. No matter how I try to time it. Yeah, 16 frames. That means it should be perfect. But okay, look, cause let's go back to Shao. Check out the abilities here. Actually, I don't need to do that. I can just 26 frames also. Yeah, so same as the other one. But so then what that means is, and so Fatal Blow, I believe is. Let me have him do it again. Oh wait, no. Yeah, and then we'll put Shao at 1%, him at 100. Oh no, not that one, bitch. Ooh. Okay, that's actually dangerous, obviously. Yeah, I was wondering if that would work. Okay, well, obviously. It's not. Wait, I wonder if it. Oh shit. Okay, so you can't just. Okay, so it looks like shoulder charge is actually a true check. I stand corrected. What else do I got here? Sorry. Framed it, yeah. Committing versus jailing. Yeah, so committing is when you're obviously going into something like this. It's something I really only do if it's like a whiff punish again, or if I think my opponent's gonna poke. It's kind of a whiff punish. You can go into a commit though, because a lot of people, like I was trying to showcase, do like to down one after this. I don't know what the fuck it is. Something about it, man. It just makes people want to poke. But so, it's -6. Meaning you have just enough time to block in case a jab comes. Ooh, not that one. So like you look at a move like forward 3, that's punishable. Back 2 is not. It is by moves like Raiden's, I forget what it's called, but that move that Raiden has where he like bursts through electricity, that's like the fastest punish in the game. That you can get, but I mean, who's doing that? Because obviously still I can just fucking do that. And that's what I mean by committing. You can commit, I usually go into Annihilation. But now that I know shoulder is a true check, I mean, I might just start using that instead. But Jesus Christ. Yeah, because this is a true check. That fucking sucks. But again, too, you can just flawless block this, and this is what I started again too. I think that's what I have here. Furthest reaching safe move, yes, because it goes further than sweep, I believe. I think they actually go the same distance. Furthest reaching safe move. Well, because this is, I think this goes about the same range actually. Okay, looks like sweep actually goes further than back 2. Confirmed. So, okay, I was wrong on that part, but it still goes a lot further than, say, stand 1, which whiffs at about, like, this range. You know what I mean? You gotta be here to get it. Like, so here, this should be the range. Let me update, yeah. So stand 1 whiffs, back 2 doesn't. So, you know, it goes faster than standing 1, which is further than a lot of your buttons, actually. You know, even stand 4. Sweep obviously goes a little further. And this has the same mind game as sweep is what I'm trying to get at. It's not a plus, no, but it is still safe and you are able to flawless block because of that and take your turn back. Even if you don't, you know, if you're playing against a character that has a quick jab, you can just still get an up 3. I finished a lot of rounds doing this. You know, because... And again, this isn't sweep, so you don't gotta worry too much. My phone just fucking died. There goes my notes. Okay, 1 second. Alright, okay, back up. Music for me, yeah, so for meaties, if you knock your opponent down. Oh, this is, I think this is, yeah, so actually, fucking stop gears, you prick. This is a mid. So because of that, and again, because it's a little more advancing, ooh, whiff. The active frames are a little dog shit. You gotta kind of get used to that timing. But it's a really good check. And again, like I said, so we still have the hit advantage? No. Oh, it ain't here. Hit advantage 18. Is that? I thought it was 17. 17. Whenever was that at the furthest range? 17. But it looks like up close you get 18. What the fuck? How'd I get 18 that one time? You guys saw that, right? Rewind if you didn't. I swear it said 18. Okay, I don't know what happened, but yeah, you know, again, this is great for meaties because obviously in the corner as well, at plus 17 in the corner, that jails into, here, let's go to the right, have them set to duck, and block auto, yep. They have to block that. Same with your stand 1, so plus frames galore. If they have no meter, You don't gotta worry about getting flawless block. My advice would be going to stand 4. You gotta time it right though, obviously. It's not that good of a jail. It's basically you have 3 frames to jail it. 19. What the fuck? What's happening here? They're fucking with me. So it does jail. It's not as consistent as stand 1 per se, even stand 2 even. But you're not getting plus frames off stand 2, so don't bother. But my point is that you can jail in the stand 4, but that's something I would suggest you practice jailing into because you have 3 frames to do it. Conversions. Okay, so much like stand 1, you can convert quite a bit off opponents that are jumping. Sorry, wait. Yeah, that was pretty good, right? You know, ooh. Yeah, I think consistently you're better off doing stand 4, but yeah, it's kind of a little hard actually. Back 3 maybe? Nah, that wouldn't make sense. Yes, maybe that. I'm trying to wonder what, because I've actually never tested this, but I know you can. What I usually do is I'll just do something like this, just to get guaranteed damage. Oh, double back through. The recovery is a little weird, that's why even on hit. Yeah, that actually might be your best bet. I'd say 1-4 would be the most consistent. I know I'm still tripping it, but that seems to be your best bet. The main thing you're going to use this for, though, I actually don't have this in my notes, but I'm glad I've thought about it. The main use of this, not anti-airing, because stand 1 is still better hitbox-wise. Doesn't need to be advancing because the fucking range on stand 1 is already amazing. Back 2 is not bad. Just it's not as fast. It's 4 frames slower, being 13 frames on startup versus stand 1's 9. But it's still pretty effective. But you're basically going to use it mostly for whiff punishes. So this goes hand in hand with. Sorry, now that we have him there, you know, you're gonna get something like that. Sorry, wait. Can you universal throw punish that? Yeah, you can. But you know, and this kind of was the same with maybe not from there. No, too advancing. Oh fuck! Jesus Christ! How far does this fucking move go? I forgot how far the string goes. Even something like that. You know what I mean? It's a pretty consistent punish, and again, because it goes faster than standing 1, this is good in terms of those more distant whiff punishes that you might be doing. You know, moves that are a little, you stand a little further back in whiff punish. There is another button you can punish this with, but I think, actually I'm gonna talk about it now. Back 3. The infamous ghetto uppercut that a lot of people seem to complain about because they don't like being in combos, and they don't like being in combos because they're not accustomed to block. And it's not my fault, it's their fault for picking up an Adenian. But so, back 3, whiff punish is what you're going to mainly use it for, as well as block certain things on block. You can go like I find it a lot easier. I find it a lot easier to use back 3 as a punish on moves like, let's say, I gotta change this health percentage. Yeah, there we go. Okay, reversal attack. You know, you do something like pushback. So you see how much pushback this has, right? Stand one punish, you know, not everyone's gonna be accustomed to. Ooh. Let me see. So, you know, your opponent blocks your back 3. This is kind of difficult to punish, and, you know, not everyone's comfortable doing a reversal shoulder charge. So, you know, what I suggest is you use back 3 to punish a lot of these moves. And this isn't just for fatal blows, this is actually for quite a few moves. Let me, yeah, stand trap. See what I mean? That's pretty good. Back 3 is 16 frames on startup. Minus 14 on block, I believe. 14. That's actually really good considering the amount of damage you can get off of this. And again, at 16 frames, it goes pretty far. It has a pretty decent sized hitbox in the air. I say pretty decent because if anything is directly above you, this fucking move will miss. It's been doing that since launch. But I'm not trying to complain, I'm just warning you. But anything that's in front of you and in the air within, I'd say, the range that Gears is at, it's gonna get smashed. Yeah, right about here. Anything in that vertical space above you, but still kind of in front of you, will get hit. And this is great because when your opponent starts to jump toward you, it's actually a really solid read. Fuck. That fucking whiff, that hurts my feelings. Alright, hard anti-air, yeah, that's what I just talked about. It's kind of, I say hard read because obviously, you know, it's 16 frames and it's punishable. You don't want to be doing this too much. People will start to punish it once they figure out how. Combo extensions, yeah, so this is actually obvious. This one's obvious. We all know. Instead of doing this ghetto ass B&B from launch, use that back 3. Get the regular bread and butter down and increase your damage, because it might cost you the fucking fight if you don't get all that damage. I actually lost a fight to Field Punk, a really famous Cabal player, and I lost because I didn't do the optimal combo for the first time. I went for consistency because it was nerve-wracking. So I made the right decision in my head. If I had to go back and do it again, obviously I would have chose the optimal. But it was really nerve-wracking, and I think in any other situation I'd still go with consistency just to be safe, because dropping it would have been even worse. But again, you want to maximize your damage, and back 3 is your ticket to doing so. It's one of, you're gonna need it. It's definitely one of the tools you're gonna need. Armor break reading. So a lot of people tend to armor break after two of these. I don't know what it is after 2 of these. So I don't have the right variation. Let me switch that over real quick. Alright, so I got rid of the petty anti-NRS names already. It's about time. I'm over it. But so even after 1 of these, you whip punish someone, a lot of people tend to break away after 1. If you're doing 2 of these at mid-screen, you're not going to catch them even if they break away at that point. You might as well just spear charge. Ah, that fucking whiffs. That sucks. But in the corner, however, a lot of people like to break away after 2 of those for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. Just trust me on this. I love to break away. And if I think I can showcase this. Yeah, let's have him break away. Yeah, you get that breakaway going. get a lot more damage now, and they can't get out, obviously. So 40 now. They just hit 40, and they have no meter. It's a good thing. You know, even if they don't break away, my advice. Oops, sorry. My advice would be just go into that. You keep them in the corner at a decent range, I'd say, for Shao Kahn. A lot of characters can't punish this on block from a certain range. Let's actually have him auto block it, so that way we can hit him. Ooh. Keep him up there. Boop. See the range that I'm at? He can't punish that, and that's shitty. So now we have him on that. Now let's have him do the reversal, but he's gonna auto, yeah. So we're gonna hit him first. Boom. Get him again. And you know, if he wants to, let me see. So you know, he might do something like this. He might not want to break wave that time. Then you do it again. Block this. Whiff. Punish that. And now. It's completely theoretical at this point, but so I have more health than that. Shao Kahn does too much damage. I can't really. But I'm just trying to showcase that's why how quickly your reads as a Shao Kahn player can snowball into a victory. So let's have him here. Nope. Fuck. So boom, you get that, and then you back up, make him whiff that. Now he wants to break away right away. Boom, you just won the match. At a 65% health deficit. Actually, judging by that, you could actually do it on even more. Like your opponent could have, not 100, but if your opponent has about 3/4 of their health. Ooh. Okay, so I gotta fix that auto, reversal. Yeah, no breakaway. Boom! It's from 75% health now. I don't think this is gonna kill, but you get the idea. That's pretty fucking close. So like at 68, 67, that's death. If your opponent's at 67% health, that's death off 2 reads. And the one of them wasn't even a good read. In fact, you failed. Like you tried to read a breakaway and you failed. And you still got the damage though, because obviously, what I'm trying to get at is that after back 3s, I made him break away at the speed. There's a mind game, and even if you don't get it, don't worry, you're still getting a shitload of damage. Something I want to mention though, actually, is that by themselves, it's 163. Now, if he doesn't break away, 169. Yes. Shao Kahn's armor breaks do less damage if they armor break. It's pretty crazy. I didn't know that. Someone actually told me in the comment section. And I was like, there's no fucking way. But then I was also like, why would they lie? So I actually went and tested it out and I was like, oh, that's gross. Using after shoulder charge armor break. Ah, fuck, variation change. BRB. Okay, so now that I got this, okay, breakaway. Get used to using back 3 after that. I know I have to, but super consistent. It's not that hard to hit at all. I'm gonna do it. If you don't feel comfortable doing stand 4, you can always use back 2. Yeah, but you're missing out on damage again, and it's not something you want to be doing. So 39 versus 37. Yeah, see, so you know, and again, it's not hard at all. Promise it's not. And you don't gotta worry about breakaway because you just broke the humor. So that's what I'm trying to say is you get 40. Oh yeah, 39 with back 2. You get stand 4 all the way. 40. At mid screen. Let me go to the left. sorry. I think you can dash up. I've done it before. Ooh. That might be a little tough to land, but it's not impossible, I don't think. Let's see if I can get it. Come on now. Okay, maybe you can't get mid-screen. You might actually do something like this. Okay, what is that? 39, 393. Wait. I want to see if one does more than the other. That's usually the one I end up doing. It should be the same. 395. Okay, so you're better off doing stand 4 after the back and the back 2. Slightly more damage. Versus that. This is 393. So what you're going to want to do... Nope, not that. Yeah, if you can, get that stand 4. It's really not that hard to land. Obviously, I'm doing it pretty consistently. Ooh, not shoulder, but 40 either way. Okay. Okay. So, and then if you get, if you get something crazy like a jump in with the hammer buff out. Okay, let's chill out. You get like that. This leads to insane amounts of damage. 47, no crushing blow. That's just an armor break. If you have this out, obviously, the potential is even greater. Get something like this. Amplify for even more damage. So it does 54 on its own, 56 if you want to close it out, get that extra 2%. But yeah, so get used to using back 3 after armor breaks. False mid hitboxes in my notes. That's because a lot of things go right the fuck under this move. So let me actually have his reversal attack. Yeah, here, custom. That's right, now we gotta have him do that shit. Ooh. So he says this Connor. That's because this shit is not consistent. Okay, so like Jade's down 4 goes under it, Sub-Zero's goes under it, Johnny's goes under it. It's just something to be aware of. I'm not going to go through and show all that. Just be aware. It is not a seriously, like... It hits a neutral ducking opponent, obviously, but a lot of pokes go right the fuck under back 3, so be careful using that. Using as a Punisher, talked about that. Using for space, talked about that. Converting it mid-screen. So mid-screen, this is actually kind of a harder thing to discuss, but not to discuss, but to execute. So this is actually really difficult. If you can't get, if you don't feel comfortable doing this, I totally get it. But it's actually really, it's not only, it's something worth, I think, doing, but so usually after 2 back 2s, if you're not rocking spear charge, okay, I think you can actually do it without it jumping. So if you saw me, I did a slight dash out after the second back, after the first back 2 there. If you do it right, if you do 2 right away. So you see how that whips. Right there, I did a slight dash up in the shoulder charge. That is a little difficult to get the execution on, but it's something I think you guys should practice. Get something like that. 33 on its own, 36 if you want to finish it out. That is a little tough to do. That's actually another good thing about spear charge that I don't think I mentioned, but if it comes to back 3s at mid-screen, 2 back 3s in the spear charge almost never whiffs. It's like 100% guaranteed. If you do 2 back 3s and just go straight into spear charge, you'll almost never miss unless they break away. But you know, again, so like I'm gonna showcase it again. That whiffs. Even if I wait a little, I think. Let me see. Yeah, still whiffs. You gotta do a slight dash out. Even get something like that. I don't know if that does more or less. 40? Okay. Like I said, it's not super easy to get, but it's not super difficult either, I promise. I'm fucking struggling to get it. What is that, 40? 397? Okay, so Annihilation does more. That's good enough. Two spear charges, two shoulder charges, I mean, actually does more damage. And you can finish with back 2 into Annihilation after that. Come on. Bruh, yeah, okay, man. I finally fucking connect this stupid shit. Just for it to whiff on me anyway. Twice. This is actually a little easier, but if you can just do a little dash up after the first back 3, you can save yourself all that trouble. But I'm only mentioning this because it's just in case you're not able to, you know. Ooh. One more time. That's fucking tough. It kind of hurts my feelings that I can't connect it. There we go. Get that 40. So there we go. That's optimal for 2 back 3s. That's just to know if you guys ever wondered if that connects. Another thing I'm tired of seeing is after 1 back 3. Stop going straight in the fucking shoulder. For the love of God, you're missing on a lot of damage. Stand 4 if you're not comfortable. Back 2. That's what I always say. It's usually the case, so I'll shout front scalpel. Stand 4 if you're not comfortable. Back 2. Either way. Here, let me just. Wait. Let me just showcase the damage. 29. 29 versus 32. Get stand 4 even more. 34. No, yeah, I think I tested that on the beginning. Alright, I'm done talking about back 3. Okay, now forward 4. This is actually looking a lot longer anticipated. Fuck, I talked about a lot of this already. I think I can actually just zip through it. Forward 4, actually I talked about this. True plus frames. Use sparingly because obviously, like I showed earlier, you can be flawless blocked. Condition you're using after conditioning, so after you start getting your opponent used to you jailing after the down 4 lands, you can start going to forward 4. It's also not a bad idea in the corner once you enforce some respect, or even if you whiff a back, you make your opponent whiff a back 3, but they don't land it, and you don't whiff punish it. Go to forward 4 if you see them. This is honestly kind of opponent dependent. If you have an idiot, which a lot of you will, all the time, you're gonna be constantly doing this shit. Just be careful, and if they're mashing a lot, it'll interrupt it. But against a smart opponent, this is actually a pretty decent tool because they're waiting for you to whiff something, but this doesn't really whiff, at least from certain ranges. It does whiff around mid-screen, so I really advise not using it as a meaty. Also because, sorry. Let me have Gyrus delay get up. Yeah, that's not good. You know what I mean? It's just dangerous because, let me get the frame data up real quick. .29 frames of recovery, and obviously because he runs up, you're left up close, and your opponent knows there's no extension. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier for your opponent to see that you whiffed this move, and again, the recovery's not stellar, so you're gonna get punished a lot if you start getting a little too 4-4 happy. 4-3, great check-ins, micro duckers, talked about that, but it is only +1 on hit. Yes, it is flawless blockable after plus frame, so be careful with that. But again, you can bait that out with this. Or, you know, if I mix it up, throw some short hops, throw some throws. That's up to you guys, and it's not something you're going to be getting 100% of the time. It is punishable on its own against characters with 7-frame jabs, so do keep that in mind. It is -8 on block. Cancel advantage. This is actually a big one I'd like to tell people about because it's actually really dangerous. But so, if your opponent, let's have him block auto. This is all I need, because watch this. Because of the cancel advantage of 4-3, this is not a true combo. Your opponent is able to block, if 4-3 lands and you go straight into fatal blow, that whiffs. Everything else Shao Kahn has does not do that. Back 2. That whiffs. That's good to know too. So 2-1, be careful. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out there because it's really dangerous if you guys are committing or trying to punish. If you're gonna punish, just do 4-3-4. If you get the punish, just do 4-3-4. We have it special cancelable now, so you don't gotta worry too much. You know what I mean? You guys are pretty solid now, and now people can't break away, so you're not forced to do this every time. You don't gotta do the mind game. You can just do 4-3-4 straight into it. But this on its own, this on its own is not a true combo. What the fuck, Gears? Auto. Oh, bastard. Alright, 4-2. Okay, this is actually hopefully not talking. This is his furthest reaching button. I think. Is 4-4 further? I think 4-4 might be further. Right here. Okay, let me see. Yeah, 4-4. Okay, so 4-4 is actually his furthest reaching button. Furthest reaching combo string button is 4-2. Reaches, I think the max range is about here. Max range is about here. Because right outside of that, yeah. Which is pretty far, you know. Oh, the old school B&B. Don't you miss those days? Now I get more than that. 31, a whopping 1%. Frame data. 21 frames in startup. Active for 1 fucking frame. Huh. That's actually good to know. I wonder if that does anything. Hit advantage 14. So this does gel into that. And yes, it technically does gel into that, but you gotta be frame perfect with this. But honestly, after landing that on hit, because the hit advantage is not too crazy, you can usually go and do a throw. I do a quick dash up to try to get rid of the hit advantage. Yeah, because you're going to need to dash up anyway because it kind of hits him a little back. So, you know, you land that on hit, dash up, do a throw. Obviously, there's a slight pause. You can't do the throw right away. Slight pause. Yeah, there we go. That's a little tough to time. Usually after that, though, I'll just probably do stand 1 in the mind games. That all goes back to stand 1. As a stagger. It's actually not that bad as a stagger. -3? Yeah, it's actually a lot better than I thought. So after something like that, I would suggest not using this as a stagger though until you start continuously doing stuff like that and like this. You condition your opponent to just expect one or the other, and then that's when you can start staggering and take your turn back with a down 1 if they're trying to take theirs back, and you hit them before they do. Then obviously you know that jails, and you can get your plus frames again. Using the punish rolls in the corner. For some reason, this is something I've been doing since launch, and I don't know why it works so fucking well, but it just does. Okay, what was it? Wake up. Forward get off roll, yes sure. Bitch, don't block. Just get up forward roll. I don't know why, that's just how I've always punished rolls, and it's worked out so well for me. Fuck. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it works pretty good as a roll punish, and obviously, you know, you can opt for meter list. My advice though, not using it for that, but you can. I'm just saying it's an option. You can just kind of backdash real quick, then go right into 4-2, punishes the roll. If you notice your opponent's getting a little too obvious with it, this is just if you're, this is more for like the lower level guys, I'd say, for you beginners just trying this out. I'd say it's a good thing to learn that mechanic with, punishing rolls. There's better buttons to do it with, obviously, though. There's faster buttons, but the timing is just so consistent to me. But you can obviously get a lot more damage with something like this. You know what I mean? You get something like that going. It's a lot more damage than forward 2. However, the reason I think I originally used forward 2 as a roll punish in the corner was because forward 2, like 1-4, can cancel. If you notice, it said 2-hit combo, and that's because you can combo in the hammer lunge off the the only thing to be careful of is against female characters. I'm not going to showcase it, but against female characters, if you do forward 2 into hammer lunge, close hammer lunge that is, on block, so if they block the forward 2 and you go into hammer lunge, even if it's close hammer lunge, you will end up in the corner recovering in horrific amount of frames. Against female characters. This works on characters like Yura, Shao Kahn, Raiden. I don't know why female hitboxes have to be so complicated in this game, but they are. See, that works. Yeah, doesn't happen against men. Okay, I think we're actually at the end now. Stand 4. Sorry, I'm fucking trying to finish this already. I'm tired. Stand 4, again, optimal damage. Most damaging starter. Using as a stagger, so I use this as a stagger once my opponent starts to continuously flawless block this, because this is actually really easy to flawless block, just a lot of people don't even bother. So, you know, once they start to do that, I don't advise going up for a throw. The recovery on this is just awful. -5, it's not too bad, but nothing crazy. -5 is just enough where you can't really mash too much on like you can't get a throw out. But with the pushback and the range, you can actually get a down 4. Even if you whiff the down 4, I mean, you're still playing keep away pretty well. You know what I mean? Actually, the pushback is great. You might just fucking walk back. If you're up close, though, obviously, you know, you can take your turn back with a down 4 if your opponent's not expecting it. Nobody's really expecting that as a stagger, so that's something to think about when you go into matches. Using after back 3s. Yeah, always want to end. You always want to use this as your ender, unless it's like I showed, where you're using back 2 and stand 4 as a combination. You're gonna want to end with back 2 always, and have the first, like, if you have to pick one or the other, where one's coming before the other, you want to do back 2 last, stand 4 first. But if you're doing all back 4s, like if you can do all back 4s, always end. Stop ending with 2-3. 2-3 is not good. And I'm going to show you why. So let's actually go to the corner. So Shao Kahn, if I record him, I'm going to actually, yeah, so for slot 1. That's what we're going to have for that. And now we're going to record slot 2. So the thing is, so with slot 2, I'm going to showcase slot 1 first. So with 2-3, you can get, it's just, you can be punished using 2-3. Sorry, one more time. Let me showcase this better. Fuck's sake, do it again. Boom, 34%. Not good. You can lose a lot of fights doing that. And so I use stand 4 because it usually whips. If your opponent breaks away late enough, they can still punish. It's kind of hard. They have to really read that. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I'm trying to time it. Yeah, it looks like it's actually... Yeah, you know what? It looks like they can't really do anything about it. Yeah, I'm trying to break away. It seems like that timing's just off. But okay, so... What this also means... Sorry, let me showcase this now. If you're not trying to panic, because I don't want you guys to panic. Oh shit, 2-3, I can't use it, because it's still consistent. It's just with spear charge, I want you guys to be careful. Oh, the skewer, I mean. Yeah, nope, still a punish. Yeah, you know what? Fuck that. Forget everything. Use stand 4. No 2-3. Don't use 2-3 ever, unless it's like they can't break away. You're nerve wracked. You don't want to drop the combo, but 2-3 will kill for sure. Then you use 2-3. But always try to use stand 4 if you're comfortable. Get comfortable using stand 4. It's just so much better because obviously you're a lot more susceptible to breakaway punishes using 2-3. So I just want you guys to know that. Knowing distance. Oh, that goes into the combos. So you gotta kind of... That's something you'll learn as you play Shao Kahn. I can't really give you a play-by-play on that, obviously, because different situations will leave you at different distances, mid-combos and stuff like that. So that's for you to learn as you play. But get used to starting to learn that. So like I said, just use... Don't be afraid to lose. You gotta start somewhere. If you're losing because you're dropping stand 4 combos, don't worry. Just keep trying. Learn the distance. And again, if it's not reaching... Back 2. Just back 2. It's okay. Don't use 2-3. For the love of God. Fuck 2-3. Alright, though, that pretty much does it for my guides on Shao Kahn. Gone over all his specials and all his normals. All the normals I think are essential. He does have other normals, obviously, but I'm not even going to talk about them. They're not worth it. Those are the ones you need to know. And that is how you use Shao Kahn optimally. Thank you guys so much for those of you that have watched all of these. I really appreciate it. And I will be getting that matchup series up hopefully within the next 2 weeks. I don't know, we'll see how I feel. But until then, guys, check out the community shit. I keep posting there. If you guys aren't paying attention, go fuck yourself. And yeah, until next time. Peace.
Dinner, ay, yeah, my diamonds they call like my symbol. I put that bitch, make her legs trimmer. Ay, my diamonds on different, ay, yeah, I'm on the block like a sim. Ay, she come when I whisper, ay, yeah, hands underneath, she silk locks, hey,
yeah. We smash your thoughts. Fuck a bitch. She saw my, ay, yeah, ay, what?